Welcome back. We are here playing Once More Into the Void by Rae Nedjadi. Um, this is episode 2 of our playthrough. Unfortunately, our strangest player is not available today, but we will hopefully see them back for next session. So it'll just be the three of us. We're just going to do a quick reintroduction of our characters again, really quick. So introducing our captain and our crew. Yeah, like your playbook, name and qualities and look, and any other notes that you want to include for your introduction.
Mm.
So, yeah, let's go ahead and start with our captain.
Okay, I'm Sabine, I use any pronouns, and I'm playing Syrano of House Quinlan, who is the captain. Syrano is privileged, charismatic, and haunted. And here's the voices of those lost to the void before. That's what haunted is, I think. And he has a charming smile that hides what he's really thinking, if he's thinking anything at all. An old on uniform made to look new again, and tattoos that tell a story. Yeah, he's from a noble house, and he's, well, maybe not the most auspicious scion of that house, but he's pretty. And should I popcorn this over?
We'll just follow along with
Okay.
the order in the character keeper. So that would be me next. So I'm Mads, she, they pronouns, and I'm be playing Caviscado Denale, they, them, and I'm playing the veteran. Uh, their qualities are experienced, insightful, and patient. And the look is a sad smile, battered armor that has seen better days, and outdated cybernetic implants. But from last session, they've been not necessarily upgraded, but they've been given a bit of a punch by our Strange, which unfortunately we're gonna have to skip over for today, but that's okay because like we'll catch up with them next week, and then so we'll go on to the Steadfast.
Hi, I'm Jonn, he, him. I'm playing Asher, he, they. Um, Asher is the steadfast. His qualities are tough, witty, and wounded. Um, their look is a strong body pushed to its limits, layers of fabric concealing a collection of weapons, and a harness and many buckles. So he is hopelessly dedicated to the captain and is with them till the end. Whatever that ends up looking like.
We will play to find out. Yeah, for sure. So, Once More Into the Void is using the Firebrand system. So, it is played using a bunch of mini games until we get to uh, the end, climaxing into a singular mini game, which will determine the outcomes as we play of what our, I guess, our ending and epilogue will look like. All right. So, um, with Firebrands, it's again based on mini games, which has played in different ways, but usually based on a scenario and a set of prompts, including maybe a couple of characters or all of the characters, depending on what we pick. The game suggests, since we're playing the extended version of this game, the game suggests that each one of us get to pick at least 3 mini games to play. And then that's when we finish off with the Once More Into the Void minigame, which climaxes um, our game completely. Okay, so anybody have any particular ideas of what minigame they wanted their character to get involved in, or if you wanted to make a suggestion for other characters to play a particular minigame, that's perfectly fine too.
There are, I think, two or three new mini games since the first edition, I guess. And I would like to play at least one of those.
Okay.
Okay. Is are the new ones in this PDF or are we talking about something
Yeah,
else?
they're in. I think so. I
Okay. I don't know which ones are newer and which ones.
I think they're the what we once were and what we built without you, and probably before we lose it all as well. So,
Okay. those all sound like ones that would probably be the entire group, but who knows? I'm looking at them again. There are a lot of them that seem to be about the whole crew, I guess. So, oh, what we once were is two people.
It's 2 or more crew members.
Oh, yeah. I was trying to differentiate between ones that were like all of the crew and which ones are two or more. So, because the ones I was looking at seem to be like all of the crew. So,
Yeah, we don't have to play ones that are like all of us right now, because I'd rather save those for when we have, well, everybody.
right, but
Mhm.
that's making me have to like go through all of them again because I can't remember which ones were which. Yeah, I need a second. Hopefully, if somebody else knows what they want to play, I can do that. But I need some time.
For most of those I'm interested in, it would be nicer if we had seen the characters before a little more, I guess. So, I mean, we could try. Oh no, that's one for the all crew members, so we can't do that.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I mean, just like old times is a decent
Mhm.
icebreaker because it's like
Yeah,
something that would be
yeah.
in the past, but yet it's a past we can make up as we go along. So that's perfectly fine. I mean, it could be me and somebody else if you guys need a little bit more time to just finagle, whatever. So
Well, how is it? Oh yeah, it references the past, but I think it's like, yeah.
we're pinned down and
Oh,
fighting against the enemy. So
uh-huh.
yeah, this could be fun.
Yeah.
Jonn, if you want a little bit more time to kind of like look at the mini games, it's like I could take Caviscado could take Syrano and be pinned down.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
You just have to it looks like okay, so let me just read this off. So, just like old times, will the past help us or hold us back? Just like old times is a mini game for two crew members who are pinned down and fighting against the enemy. When you choose this mini game, choose another character to be in the scene with you, someone who has fought by your side in the past. The other players take turns conducting the battles. So, and I mean, involvement as much as or as little as you want, Jonn. So I mean, like just kind of like see how much you want to kind of pipe in on this one. So playing this mini game. Let's see. Why do we need to impress each other so badly, Cyrano?
I think I want to impress you because I, I, well, I like you. Okay, let's phrase it like that because yeah, I mean, yeah, I just and also I remember that I hadn't been really super great in the past, and I want to do a better job now because maybe this is my second chance or the final chance to do it right. So that's why I need to impress you so badly.
And I think Caviscado wants to impress you so badly because feeling pressured to make sure that you know that Caviscado still got it, uh, and you did not make a mistake by inviting them or recruiting them back onto this mission, even though Caviscado themselves feels like broken down, like an old model, and like not, um, you know, forcing themselves to keep up and putting on this facade of like, oh yeah, it's easy, I can do this is not a problem, but like feeling every single creak and ache and pain that they're going through right now, but keeping a good face on it, or just like letting the scars and the rugged exterior just kind of like, nah, I got this. um how did the enemy get the drop on us?
I think the last time saw us start out, right? And I had organized the ship. So I think the enemy got the drop on us because I was not careful enough, maybe, in getting the ship. And now we're but that would involve everybody else too. So yeah, but I think we're leaving a trail. And while we're going off to get some information or supplies or whatever, I think the enemy has followed us here
Yeah.
because we weren't. I wasn't super careful when getting our ship. What is our ship called? Do we have any idea about that?
Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh.
Right? Sorry,
Yeah,
but
no.
I need to know these things.
No, no, no. I love that question, but damn, it's like, it's like, oh man.
Would it be pretentious or would it be something based on what we think, what we represent?
Maybe we have renamed it.
Mm, mm.
Maybe Syrano has renamed it.
I think, yeah. Well, wait. Would this be the same ship, just redone, or was this a new ship?
That's a good question.
Because like, all right, so you're recruiting the old crew,
Yeah.
but it would be the same broken down piece of junk that we had before that got beat up in the last mission, or is this a newer ship with the same name as the old one?
Oh, I like both of these things. I I think maybe it is the same ship. It was decommissioned after the last
Oh,
time
okay.
and maybe has served as a pleasure cruiser or something. And Cyrano kind of got his hands on it. It's might be refurbished and not immediately recognizable, but once you're inside, you'll see it, right? And this is actually the same thing.
I'm
Sounds
almost,
good.
I think Caviscado's almost disgusted, Nate, maybe when you first get it back, because it's like if it was decommissioned and then turned into a pleasure ship for a few
Mhm.
years or whatever, I mean, it's like, what did they do to my room? The fuck was this?
The house plant.
It is an abomination. What? Anyway.
John, you were going to say something.
Oh, I mean, I wasn't gonna. All I was gonna say, does it even have weapons yet?
Ooh.
Uh,
Whoopsie
not
doodle.
sure. Not sure. I mean, what does a pleasure yacht need
Oh, I love
weapons
this.
for?
I love this. I love it. I love it. It's
Yeah.
just coming up first a
No.
name, then now it's like, well, okay, like, all right. So, I'm sorry, I should have continued on with the
Mhm.
question. So the question was, how did the enemy get a drop on us, and why won't there be any backup for a while? So some ideas in the mini game are there was supposed to be a quick run to pick up some supplies, but the enemy ambushed us. We sought out an old
Yeah.
contact for information, and we were sold out. Or we didn't take the enemy seriously and got in over our heads. And this is just the two of us. So, I mean, do we think
I
this is the point where, because we can always, like, this is like a time shift. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to go in linear order, like you've already recruited us. It could be like where, you know um maybe it's a different shift of we were on way to get the ship or something. I mean, you know
that's a good idea actually, because maybe yeah, we can see we have got another ship, but that's not very deep space compatible. And now we
yeah,
have to get this one, and that while we're there, we get attacked by the these void
yeah,
people thingies.
yep. Okay, I like that. So basically this ship is more deep space compatible and we get ambushed.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
like it. And we don't have
It has doesn't have weapons, but it has an FTL drive, I guess, or something like that.
yeah, okay. So basically I think maybe this could even be a pin down. We have to get into the ship, get it running, and then
Mhm.
escape, because
Mhm.
escape is our only way to like jump drive out of their vicinity,
Mhm.
basically. And then I think, we obviously don't have um uh the Tesseract, or like, obviously you haven't gotten back to Asher yet. So it's like, oh fuck.
Mhm.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Yeah, Art of Communications is one of Fritz. because it's an old decommissioned ship that you just got.
Oh
Yeah.
shit.
We just gotta repair it, and then we will be
Comms
fine. But
are
Uh,
on the fritz. Love it. Okay.
yeah, you just have to hit it the right way before it'll come back online.
yeah,
That
but
was its
Asher
problem
was the one who
before.
knew.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was Asher knew how to do that.
Yes, yes. Right. Punch it in this particular
Right.
place or kick it and then elbow. Yeah.
Technical, not. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, right. I don't have that kind of knack. What kind of bullshit is this? Anyway, okay, so now we describe what has changed about each other since we last saw each other. Oh, no, what has changed about each other since we, I guess, meaning the audience, I guess, has last seen them? Like, so has anything changed since you recruited me or whatever?
I think I might. Yeah, I'm wearing this old-ish uniform. I did, maybe I didn't have the old uniform made to look new again when I recruited you. Maybe that's why I'm wearing now. Because now these things are getting serious, right? So I got to wear something that's kind of serious. Yeah.
I'm putting that in quotes. The serious uniform.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah,
it's like you're in business.
Yeah. It's very pretty, I guess.
Pretty. Great. Oh no. And basically, I think the first comment from Caviscado when they see that is like, "Did you dress for me or did you dress for Asher?"
I dressed for the occasion.
Ah, I see.
Come on, it's the only uniform I've got.
I mean, you could have worn your skivvies and I wouldn't have cared. I mean, look at me.
You look.
They don't have a shirt on yet. You know, they have their jacket on, but they don't have their shirt on yet.
Yeah, and then the Syrano look at you a little longer than maybe he should. I say, well, you don't have a shirt on.
No, because I wasn't expecting you back to get me until next week. And then the other one's kind of messy.
Yeah, I've got a beeline to the ship now.
Okay.
Got a call and we can go there and pick it up.
Oh, okay. All right, we're leaving now then. Oh.
Yeah, we're leaving now. Unless you have something more important to do.
No.
So if you want to change your clothes, I'll be here waiting.
I can do that. Sure.
Cool.
I mean, okay, so should have asked this before. I mean, we didn't really quite hit a tone or whatever like that. I mean, this is relatively serious, especially since we're dealing with weird undead void people.
Yeah.
But also too, I mean, do we have kind of a possibility for slight comedic banter shit, or whatever? Because what I'm picturing here is that maybe Caviscado will head over into his digs to grab some basic things or some maybe possible nostalgic things that they want to bring with them. And then starts come running back round, and then saying it's we've got to leave right now. And then maybe you see the beginnings of 2 or 3 of the void people chasing after them.
Yeah. I think that's cool.
Yep.
Tone-wise, I think it's fine if we have some light banter. But this game shouldn't be all about light banter because I don't think it would work.
Oh no.
So.
No. Not for the nature of these things. But yeah. And yeah, you see those things chasing after them, and maybe they'll stop every every once in a bit, just to kind of either knock things over to try and delay them, or shoot off something from their arm rifle
Mhm.
or what have you to try to delay them.
Mhm.
All right. So, any details about? Okay, so during the battle, anyone may ask for details about locations, relationships, or circumstances. So, other players may conduct the flow of this minigame. Take turns leading the crew members in their battle against the enemy. On your turn, and since it's only just you, Jonn, it's like, you could just do the two things like, pick whom to ask about the challenge and the vulnerability. So on page 31 of the handout, is it 31? Hold on, I can't see. Yeah, 31. You'd pick a challenge, say who has to deal with it, and then pick a vulnerability and say who has to deal with it.
Okay.
Mhm.
Have fun.
So I pick one now? Or
Mhm.
Yeah,
oh,
Yep.
okay.
yeah.
A challenge and a vulnerability.
Mhm.
Or just pick whom to.
Or
Yeah, because it says tell a crew member to choose a challenge, tell a crew member to choose
yeah,
a vulnerability.
exactly.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Okay.
tell
I'll
which one of
say
us to deal with what.
I
Mhm.
think the captain is going to deal with a vulnerability and the veteran is going to deal with a challenge.
Okay. All right. All right. So let me see what the challenge is going to be.
Mhm.
Ooh, oh no.
Mhm.
Oh, shit. Crap. Okay. So, our challenge, I want to execute a complicated move that served us well in the past, but it's a long time since we pulled this off, and I'm going to pull a card and see what happens. Hold on. Wish me luck.
Mhm.
That's full red.
Black. We executed
Ooh.
perfectly. Just like it before. I keep this card in
Ooh.
my hand. So I do.
Nice.
Nice, nice,
Nice.
nice. Okay.
Okay, what does that look like?
So I think, as I'm telling you, well, first I ask, I yell at you to like, give me the coordinates. Like, where the hell is the path to the ship? And like, this is the usual shtick for us. I think it's basically where you say this is the plan. Something happens. I yell at you to tell me what the plan is because you didn't quite get to telling me about the plan. And then this is where we start executing the plan. And
Mhm.
then um, in your plan, it's like, I will like kind of include different things of like where I tell you, it's like, well, I have this resource, that resource, and another resource that we can use to get away or to maneuver through this or whatever, because I already see like three problems with your plan. And
So
so,
my plan is basically we improvise.
yes, yes, yes.
I think
So,
that's my plan A ever, always. We improvise.
always, yeah. So,
That's the best plan ever. Never
right,
fails.
right. And so, like, my answer to your improvisation is it's like it's not a straight line, obviously, to get to the ship.
No.
It's like I tell you
Mm.
we have to go up and then over, which means it's like yeah, we gotta
Do
do
we have
this.
speeder bikes or something?
We have to go up and over to get to the speeder bikes that I'm
Ah,
saying we have to use. Of
okay.
course,
Okay.
of course,
Yeah,
of course.
okay. Cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it's a drop, and
Yeah.
it's been a while since we've done this drop.
Yeah.
It's like, are you up for it?
Um, sure, would could. I mean, if I'm not, you'll carry me, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
And then,
mean,
and then we both jump, and then we see that like slow mo montage of the jump, and it's like, hey, not sure, and we do it. Boom.
mhm.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So I get to choose a vulnerability,
Uh
and
huh.
I think I like the first one. The enemy has surrounded us and things look bad. Huh. And I've got to choose, and these are both really juicy. But I think we're down. We're on the speeder bikes, but we are we are herded basically by by drones, really,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Um, So things look really bad, and I think Syrano was panicking a little, and then he go on the intercoms and says, Cascado, one thing, that I
What?
didn't that I didn't say before because I really like you. I just want to say this before these drones shoot us. Yeah. Oh, and also this wall might be we might just go through this wall over there.
What? And like you can hear them yell, you can hear them yell over the intercom, and it's like, no, no, not now. We're going up, not through. And it's like, you see them like, like start to move their speeder bike towards you, and
Mhm.
then like literally like lock with their cybernetic arm
Mhm.
the bikes together as like they do that overdrive with the speeder bike to make it go faster to
Mhm.
charge up and then steer it towards a ramp up the
Yeah.
wall instead of like
Mhm.
crashing into the wall to get
Yeah,
away.
that's cool. Yeah, you will see Serena look at you like a little disappointed, but yeah, yeah. Well,
Those
what
blue
what
eyes
did
are just looking at you like,
yeah?
what did you want, boy?
What did I expect?
And then like
So,
after you finally land, like like that again, that like a nice little like flying like slow mo, and then like the crash down or whatever, and it's like, when the bikes separate, like getting like speeding towards the ship, it's like you hear the intercom go click back on, and it's like, yeah, I love you too.
and I think then you run off right towards the ship.
Oh yeah, of course. It's like speeding
Okay.
past you to show off. Of
Yeah.
course.
Okay. Okay. And Cyrano stands a little stunned, almost like. And then the enemy makes some kind of noise or a laser beam shoots past him, and he'll realize that this is maybe not the time to
Don't
stare
enjoy it.
and
Yeah.
think about emotion. Well, anyway, he'll run after you.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't enjoy it just yet. Let's
Yeah,
get into the
yeah,
goddamn ship.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
Do we want to say it's like, we're away now, or do we want to have, do we want to switch and do another challenge and another vulnerability?
I'd love to do that actually.
Okay.
That's okay with everyone.
What do you think? You want to see it, John? You want to see it, John?
Yep.
Nice. All right. Do you want to flip? So I'll do the vulnerability this time and you do the challenge. So what's the challenge?
Oh yeah, I think I want to show off and prove how I've outgrown you. I mean, mostly I want to prove I'm in high spirits now. Um, it'll be too easy for the enemy to take advantage of my broad pride. I draw a card.
Okay.
Um, yeah, and I think we've ditched the speeder bikes. We have
Okay.
maybe even reached the ship,
Hmm.
but we need to get on the ship because
Yes.
it has a complicated locking mechanism. And I think what I want to do to show off is I know this ship, right? I know how to drop kick the entry bay. Just if you drop kick it just so it'll just open and we can run right in. Unless I miss the kick. Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
I'm drawing this one.
Uh-huh.
Yes, it's a black one. I
Okay.
perfectly. I'll drop to this drop kick. The door springs open, well oiled. Uh, yeah, and we can just go in.
Okay. And the vulnerability. Let me see. I think what makes sense in this case is like the enemy gives it their all and unleashes their secret weapon. Oh shit. Ugh. Okay. All right. I think this is something we haven't seen before. So, you've got the um brain. Sorry. you've done the drop kicking, you've done the like I'm kickstarting this thing. Okay, great. And the ship comes to life, but I mean like, it takes a little bit to maneuver it into place to try and get it off the ground to
Mm-hmm.
get ready to jump into drive. And I think, we see the void people get together, and this is something we haven't quite seen before. When they're, in their ship, okay, fine. When they're together on land and we're on foot, okay, fine. But we have not seen them like just get together and then start this formation where they're kind of coming together, and what they look like they're doing is they're focusing their power, like they're coming together, they're holding hands and like focusing and like an effort, like an energy beam at us, at the ship. And I think now that I'm at the not the dashboard, what am I trying to say? The helm or something. I
The
think
helm.
I know. Yeah, thank you. I know exactly how to disarm this, because even though I haven't seen this before, like we haven't seen this actual formation before, I for some reason know how to disarm it, and I do a bunch of calculations or what's the word? Shit. Recalibrations
Oh,
on the helm,
recalibrations.
on the dash, and basically it's like setting off an EMP, but it's a burst.
Ooh.
And it's not in the ship, it's outward, directed at them. So even though we don't have our weapon system completely online, it's redirecting some of the drive energy and redirecting it as in like an EMP of sorts
Mhm.
into that blast that they're sending our way. Why do you suspect the worst of me seeing this?
You make it seem so easy, right?
Hmm.
And I think, why do I suspect the worst of you? I think you were, when we were running together, now I realize, or I think I realize, that you are holding back for my sake. That you are actually a lot better than you let on. And you're just dumbing yourself down for my sake. And this whole I love you thing, that must have been just to, yeah, just to um keep me calm, basically, like you offer a pacifier to a baby or something. Like it wasn't serious. I don't think it was serious. That's what this worst thing, because you are okay. Exactly. Thank you. Yeah, yeah. Because yeah, of course you weren't serious. You were not serious about any of this because you are so much better, and I'm a fool for thinking it could be otherwise.
Oh no, is it Cyrano her hero worship? No! No! Oh man. Damn.
I mean, I
Okay.
don't. Otherwise, I could say I think you're working with the enemy, but that wouldn't fit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, no, no. It's
Mhm.
still kind of like, oh shit.
Mhm.
Oh, that could come into play later. No.
Yeah. Mhm.
I think I think we're I think we're good for this particular mini game. So let's see.
Mhm.
At the end of this mini game, the two crew members involved in the battle each draw a card face up. All right.
Um, well, before we end the mini game, when
Yeah.
everyone's had a turn, the crew member who went the furthest to impress the other chooses an end.
Ah. Okay. I mean, we were both kind of showing off, so
Yeah,
I
right?
let I want John to vote.
Yes.
Who went
Yep.
the furthest? Who went the furthest to
I don't.
impress?
I don't want this responsibility.
Oh,
No.
well, there's three of
Um.
us. I mean, like I guess we could do secret vote.
No.
I don't know.
No. Caviscado, I think, went the furthest to impress. I feel like
Okay.
the as successfully impressed, I should say.
Oh man, but the endings are so good, so I don't know which one to pick. Goddamn. I mean, we do get away on the ship. We do
Mhm.
we do leave. So
Mm,
I don't think we mistrust each other. I mean, like
no.
I think we're fine. So it's either we win but just barely, the enemy gets away and takes something important and irreplaceable, or the enemy wins this fight, which they doesn't. Okay, so um yeah, I guess win just barely. Enemy gets away and takes something important and irreplaceable. Um
What is it?
I don't know.
Something maybe to do with the ship?
Maybe because my EMP like made sure that we could get away, but then we had to leave something behind. But we didn't
Yeah.
Maybe
realize
you
it until
burned
we
a lot
got.
of fuel.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh
Yep.
god.
That's
All right,
good. Yeah.
yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
This might be a one-way trip because the FPL system won't.
Well, I mean, we still maybe we had this just means another drop off for for another mini game. And like
Sure,
Yeah.
sure, sure.
for
Yeah, we'll do that.
another like another pit stop somewhere.
Hmm. I mean,
It definitely won't be flying into the face of our enemy with the line on E.
Yeah, or F, because I mean, like, if our helm is, or if our dash is, like, really fucked up. I mean, like, maybe it's the reverse. Who the hell knows?
Oh, it doesn't move. It just sits at F all the
It just
time.
sits at F all the time. It's fine. Okay, so at the end of this mini game, the two crew members involved in the battle each draw a card face up. So drawing a card.
Remember, only draw black cards.
Boof. Yes.
wow.
All right.
Okay.
Loyalty is regained. If the crew member keeps
Ooh.
this card,
Ooh.
they briefly describe what this regained loyalty looks like: a changed relationship, a new belief, a growing hope, blah, blah, blah. If the crew member gives their card to another player, they briefly describe a moment of closeness between them. I want to give this card to someone, like, so either to Asher or to um, the Tesseract, but I mean, like, I feel like this has to wait until we see them. Like, so it's not,
Mhm.
like, appropriate to give it to them right now.
Because you can't have the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, so the
We
moment, like,
won't
wouldn't,
necessarily.
yeah, the moment wouldn't happen now. It would happen when we're actually together. So
Okay.
would
I
we be
mean, do
okay
you
with
want to
that?
write? Yeah. Do you want to like write down a note or something so we
I
know?
am going to. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So, are you going to keep, like, it looks like you drew a black card as well. Are you going to keep your card, Captain, or are you're gonna give it to someone?
I think I'm gonna give it to Asher.
Okay. All right. So then
That's
I'll give mine to the
mhm.
Tesseract, and then I'll make a
Oh,
note to have
excellent.
that
Yeah.
moment with the Tesseract. Okay.
Yeah, and the moment of closeness is when we pick you up with the ship that we just got, and you can see that Cyrano is a little dejected and is very terse in what he's saying, and you know that you know him well enough that you know there's something else up. He's anyway not very good at hiding.
Okay.
Um,
Did
uh,
Caviscado bother to put their shirt back on?
Yeah,
sorry.
Cavalscado's already put on a shirt back on, like,
Yeah,
Okay.
while during the
yeah,
flight,
that,
and it's like probably wandered off to wherever there's the nearest bar while you two talk, whatever.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
Cavalscado don't care.
yeah, exactly. That's the
Mm,
problem.
I'm not here for that emotional garbage. I'm out of here.
Yeah, I think Cyrano is not saying a lot. It's just that this one, well, went pretty well, I guess.
Mm,
Caviscado's still the same person he used to be. He's
yeah.
very good at his job.
I mean, that's why we you went after you recruited them back, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I went after him. Exactly.
Is there something wrong with the ship? Because that is this isn't normally your mood after success.
No, that's not the one. It's fine. Everything's fine. I just have to adjust, I guess, to seeing Cascado again.
I assume the comms are out on this thing.
Mm, mm.
I just like and it's like and all of a sudden we're getting like,
I hear you didn't call me, all right? You didn't call me while you were out in space.
I wasn't
That's what I
saying
heard.
that.
That's what I
I did.
heard.
Oh, look,
That's what I
what
heard.
you heard and what I said were two different things, except they're not. Like, I just bang it one time, and all of a sudden there's like some comms traffic, but I don't say anything. Well, I guess we'll start getting a look over the ship, see what we have.
We have a lot of shower gels, I guess. This was a pleasure, yeah, for a bit.
Oh,
So,
well.
well, at least we have creature comforts, right?
They turned Asher's room into a thermal suite.
I was like sitting here like I hope it wasn't too much pleasure. Sort of. I'm just salty a little bit. I'm not saying anything. It's just like something happened. And if it wasn't the ship not showing up and there's nothing wrong with the ship, then it had to be something else. But I'm not going to I keep it to myself because the captain's down and I don't wanna so
No, not non-communication already. No,
yes.
no.
Yes, early and often.
You're killing me, people. You're killing me.
Did you expect anything else? That's honestly,
I was hoping. I was really hoping.
really
This is the
okay.
same day as my Hearts of Wulin game. Yes, I was hoping.
Look,
Oh,
look.
okay.
I burnt all through all my communications in the first game. This is all I have left. Is all right. So,
All right. So
anything you got?
Yeah.
What do we need to get started with, Captain? And we'll like go off from there. And I specifically said Captain, and not.
Yeah. And sorry, can you repeat that?
I said where should we get started, Captain?
Well, I think now I have a responsibility, right? Oh, okay. I'll think of something.
Yeah.
Enemy. Let me
We
look at the enemy again.
we could fade to black there and go to the next
Yeah,
game.
yeah,
yeah.
I think we can fade to black on Cyrano thing. I have an idea
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
of a plan.
Per-
I have a
Perfect.
concept of a plan.
Mm,
But
have a
I just love the
framework.
fact that you said captain and then Cyrano's list like, psh.
Yep.
God damn it. Ah, love it, love it, love it. Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I need. Okay. So next mini game.
Oh,
Yeah. So I was trying to write down a couple of ones that so I could keep just separate have a list of the ones that make sense for today, at least for me.
Sure.
Um, I think I'm not sure which one I want to do first, but I like just like on old times and who do you think you are and what we once were. So this, I think, uh, just like old times seems like a good mini game. I think I would like to do next for my turn.
Getting into a lot of fights. So basically, it's like that's the one I just did with the captain. So are
Oh
you
well,
saying?
yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll do. I'll just go. Well, it was one of the three. So, who do you think you are, or what we once were? So I'll go with what we once were, so we can get into a personal conflict later.
Okay.
So let me get that in front of me.
Okay.
All right. So what we once were is a mini game for two or more crew members who experience a flashback, a direct look at the past that may hurt or strengthen us. This is this is a reflective and insightful time. When you choose this mini game, choose another character to explore your past with, someone who was essential in influencing who you are now. So now I have to make a decision. The part that I like the least.
flip
But
a
Well,
making
flip a coin.
I mean, it sounds to me. I mean, I doubt because well, one, it sounded like from last time that you didn't consider very much of Caviscado. So I mean, like
right.
I
Yeah,
feel
it
like
definitely seems like Captain.
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not thinking much of them now. What that might have a lot to do with the past, though. So, but But I'll go with the captain for this one. I think it makes
Cool.
sense.
Yeah. Okay. I just have to say I have to choose a mini game, so I'll have to be then in all of the mini games.
Well,
Which
you don't have to. I mean, like you would be picking a game, but like, as I
oh
said in the beginning, it's like
mm.
you could pick a mini game for other people.
oh yes, I will do that. I love that.
Yeah.
Ha, I have an idea for that.
Oh,
Um,
oh yeah, that's true. I
Yeah.
completely forgot about that point.
Hmm. Yeah.
but I think that's fine. I'd love to do the what we once were with you, Asher, because might explain a bit about the relationship of these two guys, right? Asher's a guy, yes.
Okay, let's do that.
Cool.
So play this mini game. Ask your chosen partner what moment triggered this flashback. Some ideas. We unearthed an old set of records, revealing our younger selves. We reveal something I gave you that you held onto all these years. One of us finds a collection of photographs torn apart in a fit of rage.
I mean, it makes sense since we're on this old ship, right? That we
Hmm.
find or encounter something that had some kind of meaning to the both of us. Um, I think I like the idea collection of photographs torn apart in a fit of rage. I like that the emotionality of that, right? So maybe it's not exactly photographs, but some kind of commissioning orders, I guess, that we both got, and someone
That
ripped
sounds
them
interesting.
apart.
Hmm.
Ooh. I was
Oh,
also going to
maybe it's
suggest.
whatever mission we would have been going on if we hadn't no broke up like we did.
Oh, yeah, yeah, I like that. Maybe that's the orders we should have gotten, but then stuff went, let's say, awry, and we had to break up. But yeah, I like that. Cool. Okay.
All right. Each crew member describes what has changed about themselves since we last saw them. During this intimate moment, anyone may ask for details about the location, relationship, or circumstances. So we kind of did most of that. So um, I think for Asher, not a whole lot changes because I feel like Asher never really stopped dressing the part of what we were, except for me. Like there's the extra harness on with the weapons, but like even when he doesn't have weapons on him, it's almost like you feel like he does because it's like just so like a natural and a custom for him to have them. So I think that's really the change is that he's got all of his gear on, which the captain hasn't seen him have in a long time before now.
And I think the change you see in Cyrano that he has somehow lost his uniform jacket, and probably on purpose.
The player whose character who fears the past the most takes the first turn.
Okay.
On your turn, choose if you'll relive a memory of pain or a memory of strength. Ask your partner to bring the memory to life with you. They answer freely. Um, yeah, so when everyone's had a turn, decide if you wish to unearth another memory or if the scene will come to an end. So, huh, that's a good question. I'll I'll say because I feel like the easy answer would have been the captain had the most pain, but I feel like Asher maybe because he's stayed by the captain's side all this time, and I imagine that he's kind of kept most of his frustration and the feelings bottled up.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
all
So
right.
you
So I
choose.
will. What will I choose? I don't know. A memory of pain or a memory of strength? It's so hard to pick the memory of pain. All right. Let me look at. You try more. Oh, yeah. Oh, I already know which. I'm reading the rest of them just to be fair to them, but I already know what one I'm going to pick.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to pick. I revealed something to you in confidence and laid myself bare to you. Why did you betray me?
Oh, wow. What did you tell me?
I think that I think Asher like, cuz I think it's probably connected to this thing we found,
Hmm?
and I think in this moment, like, the order that was going to be coming in was going to be like a fairly big promotion for me
Oh,
after the we succeed if after we would have succeeded on this mission.
mm,
And so I think that it was supposed to, I think there was a moment where he was supposed to be having this discussion with you to decide if this was like a thing he should go for, or if he presented it, would you ask him to like stay and not do it? But when we abandoned our mission, it's like a thing that it was like he just never brought up again because he effectively decided to stay with you,
mm,
which was
mm,
throwing away like an opportunity that meant
mm.
a lot to him.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
mm,
So why didn't I consider this promotion that you were, I think you told me that you were keen on it, right?
mm-hmm. I was considering it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, why did I do that? I think I might have just forgotten, actually, because there was so much going on, right? And I have, and if you had asked me, I would have apologized, but maybe in my heart of hearts, I didn't want to lose you. We've always been around, right? And if you went, who'd have my back? That would have been like, okay, bad, I guess. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
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 Not
So I
that,
feel like it's probably like one of those things where it was just a conversation neither one of us wanted to start
yeah,
because neither one of us wanted to know how it would end.
yeah, yeah. And nobody wants to talk about their feelings, right?
Hmm. Especially if it could end bad. It's like if we have the conversation, it might end the relationship.
Exactly, exactly. That's not, no, no, it's better to just ignore it.
Yeah.
That can never go wrong.
Yeah. There's no good can come from it.
Exactly, exactly, exactly. I love
So
Matt's looking at Matt's face right now.
yeah. And so of course seeing these papers makes it and both it's like there's no we didn't see it,
Mm,
so there's no not acknowledging it.
hmm.
And I think even though it's kind of tore up, I think my first reaction is to snatch it from you and throw it into a receptacle and try to like and I do it with enough like it was really like it wasn't a casual thing. Like it's like I snatched it from you, even though we both know what it is, and threw it in the receptacle. Like trying like this is like almost like I am not talking. We're not talking about this. It was just just gunned it into the receptacle and tried to just move on without having this conversation.
Yeah, I think you can see Cyrano consider saying something, like looks at your face and
It,
decides to
yeah,
just leave sleeping dogs lie. Like,
it's
yeah, okay.
it's too long ago.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not worth
yeah,
it now.
yeah, yeah. It's what it is now.
Yeah. So it's your turn.
It's your turn. It's my turn. Ooh,
Yeah.
ooh, these are also good. I'm also looking at memories of pain because let me look at the memories of strength. I mean, we're all drawn to the memories of pain, right? But
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. We can alternate. We can do.
yeah, exactly, exactly. Yeah, I think I like get going. Oh, there are more of these. Wait a minute. No, I think I would want to go with this one. There was a time when we were invincible as long as we fought side by side. What impossible odds did we face together? How did we prevail? This is a memory of strength because a little variety, right? So, and I think what this brings back maybe to the moments sometimes before these orders came. We have been in sort of a battle against some of the no, let's go to the start of the mission. This was right at the start of the mission when everything was
Okay.
pretty pretty new and looking good, and we were like,
Okay.
yeah, we can beat this. We can beat these void drones. That was before they infected everybody else.
Yeah. Probably our first real victory.
Yeah, yeah, our first fight, and it was a resounding victory. These white drones, we had the ship, it had weapons back then, and yeah, and I was giving orders, and you were doing whatever you thought was right, and sometimes they were the things I ordered, and other times they were adjacent to the things I ordered, and yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and
So I'm.
then
Yeah. I imagine we looked different back then too.
oh yeah, yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. 'Cause I imagine I didn't have actual. I probably was clean cut. Didn't
Mm,
have beard or mustache.
yeah.
Definitely probably wasn't carrying around all of the weapons. We probably had whatever the official uniform, and we wore it to
Yeah.
the I the to the rules.
Mhm. Yeah. We
So
had,
like
they were ironed and everything, starched
right,
even.
We were
yeah,
regulation neat back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yes,
Yes. 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 I was better shaved as well. I mean, and my hair was cut in a very spiffy military cut, I guess.
Mm.
And I had some of the tattoos, but not all of them.
I still had hair.
Oh, wow. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
Nice.
and it's like it's probably that was before we probably were close to each other. Like we probably like I imagine that maybe it was like I'm not going to say right after academy, but it hadn't been. It's only been our academy years weren't that long ago.
Oh yeah, maybe this was the first time we surfed together,
Hmm.
and that was when we were absolutely were super in sync, and that's when the whole relationship, I guess, started
Hmm.
because we were in sync and we won, and it was easy even. Maybe
Right,
not too easy. It was a challenge, but it was a something
right,
we did overcome. So
right, right. I
yeah.
think like we made the decisions that won the fight for us.
Mhm.
Like even
Okay.
though even when we didn't, like you're saying, when we weren't didn't always follow every order,
Hmm.
when we did it because we knew how each other worked, it was more like we were doing the thing before the order was given because we knew what to do. We knew
Yeah.
what we needed to do. The enemy was straightforward.
Yeah, and also my camera doesn't want to do the orders it's supposed
Yeah,
to
I've noticed
do.
that you were
Yeah,
blinking around. I was like, oh
yeah,
no, the void got you.
I was gonna say the void people got here.
yeah, yeah,
Shit.
yeah. Let me see if I can change something.
Back in scene.
When we were invincible.
Yeah, yep,
So,
yep. I think that was the scene. We do two more, right?
You
I,
choose to do as many memories
yeah,
as you want. Yes.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think we do at least two, but we can
Mm.
do as many as we want. So, I think another round, maybe we'll alternate since I'll do a positive memory then
Yeah. Yeah.
this time. Do we want to end on the positive note or the?
No, we want to end on the pain.
Come
on.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay, so just so you're aware, I mean, like, just whoever revealed the most during the flashback chooses a revelation. So, okay, just kind of figure out where you're aiming. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do. I think one more round would be good. That's it.
Yeah. Do you want to do a memory of strength?
Yes.
Cool.
I think we've been doing these backwards, but that's fine. Yeah, because I think one person's supposed to ask the question, and another person's supposed to answer it, and we've kind of been picking one and then answering it. But that's fine.
Wow. It was fun anyway.
Yeah, it works.
You were collaborating on the story. It's fine.
Right. Yeah, you end up collaborating either way, so yeah. There was a time when I believe you understood my pain. How did you comfort me and strengthen my heart? Okay, I guess that one makes it sounds more obviously that is the question to the other person.
Oh. Yeah, but I still need what pain I did understand.
All right. So I think this is when I got wounded. When I think at that point was probably during our first major loss. And I'm not sure what the injury is, but it was probably something life-threatening.
No.
I think life-threatening to the point that it's probably something I contend with to this day. Oh man, I think I'll say that I probably had like some organ damage in like my midsection, maybe. It's probably like just missed my heart, but like there's a lot of damage that was done to like my stomach and like maybe like kidneys, one of my kidneys, pancreas, that sort of thing. And so it's like something I have to deal with even today. But in that moment, I think I felt like I wasn't going to be able to continue on. Like this was going to be the end of my fight. Whether I lived or died, I felt like this was the end for me.
Okay. I think I told you that if you really wanted to serve, you'll get through this. And if you really want to serve, fuck these regulations. We'll make something work. If you want to fight, I'm like sure you can fight. If you want to get some time and rest, cool. But looking at you, I know you want to fight, right?
I want to, but they're going to see me as a liability now. I mean,
it doesn't matter. I'm the captain of this. I'm the captain of this fucking ship.
yeah.
You're not a liability.
My job is to keep the captain alive.
Well, I am alive.
But I'm not gonna. I'll be a liability like this. And it's just like they're like I'm not gonna go through all the wincing and everything because nobody wants to hear that. But he definitely like wincing as he's talking. Oh no, or I'll just get you killed like this. Even if they can repair all this, I'll be a half a second slower. I just won't be someone who can keep you safe.
Even half a second slower. You're still the fastest I've ever seen. So there's no one I would trust more than you. Okay? So I have an order for you now. Heal up as well as you can. Okay? And no more, I've been defeated. I can't do my job anymore. Don't do that to yourself. You'll be fine. And if you're not 100% of what you are now, you'll still be about 50% better than the next man. Okay?
Yes, Captain.
Cool.
Yeah.
Hey.
Now, memory of pain.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm torn. I mean, I like that you made a mistake and I faced the consequences, but I think that's probably not the relationship. I think I like you tried to warn me about someone I cared for and how they would betray us all. And what truths did I close my eyes to? And how did you pay the price?
Maybe it doesn't even have to be somebody that, like, obviously one of
Mhm.
us, one of the PCs.
Mhm.
Maybe it's
Mm-hmm.
one of the people that eventually became a void person.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I mean, we need more NPCs anyway.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could even be command somehow. Who knows?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, could be someone I'm some relation of mine or something.
Mm-hmm. So, who do you think it is?
I think maybe oh, my older brother, who I really idolized. Like I thought he was the best, and he was always like, "Oh yeah, I'm the best. You're just a little one. I'm the best." And I could not see him like um aligning with the void, aligning with the void.
Right. And I think that at some point, because it's like it's your brother, but I probably imagine that Asher probably he was someone who was in he was your brother, but in school he was Asher's classmate. So he had I feel like he had a more of an ideal of who he was and not an idolized version of him.
Mm,
And I think he saw something in them, because when you're going through training, like all boot camp stuff and all that, you see, like, kind of reveal who you are through adversity. And I think
yeah.
there's something I saw in them,
Mhm.
and I think I tried to tell you. And I mean, this is probably why now that when things happen, I just like the reason I took that paper and just threw it in the trash and said, let's not talk about it because this is the time when I did, and I saw how bad it went.
Mhm.
I just
Was
I don't think I really expected it either.
was the betrayal maybe the reason for the loss where you got wounded?
Yeah, I think because it's like I think instead of fighting with you on it,
Mhm.
I took your word for it, and I tried to ignore what
Yeah.
I thought I was seeing as like maybe I don't know. Who knows? Like maybe you probably maybe you try to like deflect it into something about Asher, and then Asher was just like, oh, maybe that's what's really happening, or maybe I was jealous or something like that. And so I was just trying to ignore like that gut feeling I was having.
Yeah.
And now I have a
Yeah.
gut wound to
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
it.
Sorry. I didn't think he was an asshole. I thought you were maybe just a little
Mm-hmm.
because we're House Quinlan is a very high-ranking house, and I thought you were
Mm-hmm.
like thinking that we were all kind of incompetent nonsense, but my brother certainly wasn't.
Yeah, like I was just trying to take him down a notch and not really
Mm, yeah.
sincere about what I was thinking.
Oh, I think you had the right of it, right?
Mhm.
So
Right, but it's probably like there's so many reasons not to listen, or
yeah.
whatever.
I mean, there's one reason. He is my big brother.
Right.
He could have shouted, "Hey, I'm gonna betray you to the void" at me, and I would have thought it was
Oh,
sarcasm.
this is all part of a plan to trick the
Yeah,
void, of course.
exactly. No, that taught me a lesson I have not recovered from myself, I think.
Hmm.
This guy needs his name.
Mm.
I think his name is Quentin. Quentin of Ice Quinlan. No,
I was gonna
does
say, I'm
not
like, no,
fly.
don't do
That
that to
does
us,
not
please.
fly.
Well, if you're gonna be named Cyrano, like, why not Roderick or something like, equally like
Yeah, I think
pompous or something?
Roderick. I think it's Roderick of House Quinlan. Yes,
Yeah,
and
that sounds
he's
good.
with the. Oh no, he's not our ship. He's not our ship. Our ship needs a name too, but.
Yes, our ship needs a name. Oh God.
Uh,
And he takes he, him pronouns, and he's my brother.
yeah. Maybe we should wait to name the ship when the whole crew's here.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's a good point.
yeah. I'm gonna put it in the chat though. It's like, James, we need help trying to figure out a name for the ship.
Fair. That sounded
Cool. Okay.
awesome. I think we're ready to
Yeah.
conclude this scene. Let me see what are the next steps.
Yeah.
When you're ready to let go of the past, the one who revealed the most during the flashback chooses a revelation. I guess we'll let Mads decide who
Yeah.
think
Yes,
revealed the
that's
most.
fair. Yes, that's fair.
Let me see. I think I think Asher did because of the vulnerability. Their physical vulnerability, which like Asher doesn't seem like the type that would let that go. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of reveal that. So yeah, I mean, Asher, go ahead and pick a revelation, please.
Oh yeah, I kind of like that one, but I like all of them.
I know they're so good, aren't they?
Oh yeah, like these old memories unearth many more, and we both stand in the flood of the past and its consequences. We both carry a younger part of ourselves into the future and tell each other how our hearts have changed in the present.
Ooh, okay. Curious about that.
I think, yeah, I mean, based on the conversations we're having, I imagine that the whole, like, you probably realize why that Asher bottles up so much of the things. Like, anytime there's would be like this whole paper being this, we're not, I've probably said the same words more than once before, like I said before throwing those papers away. And you probably remember back when that conversation we were having with the brother, and maybe I even used similar or maybe even the exact same words when that conversation happened back then. And so now there's like context for why like Asher kind of just when he sees something that I think you imagine that he when he sees something that he thinks might upset you or create conflict with between the two of you, he just tries to brush it under the rug and not confront it.
Oh, yeah. And what were the words you said? Remind me, please, when you throw
Okay,
the papers away.
this it doesn't matter. It happened a long time ago. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. It's not worth it.
Okay. And I think what you see about the change you see in Cyrano is that back then he had a lot of confidence. He had confidence in his brother, in you. Even after his brother was clearly revealed, he still had that confidence in you. I think he transferred this kind of big brother um, idealization, I guess, if that's a word, to you almost. And I think while that is still there, I think Cyrano is not quite as confident in himself as he used to be. There's this part of that easy, yeah, I'm a noble scion of House Quinlan. Whatever can go wrong with me, that is just in the toilet. Yeah. Okay. Oh, we need to draw cards, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
So at the
We
end of
need
this
to
mini game.
draw red cards, I seem to remember.
Let's hope we can save them for next turn when I'm not in it, right?
You
Okay.
want to blame us? Okay, I get it. I get you. I get you. All
No,
right,
I might be in
everybody.
the next one, and so I can't. I don't want to. I'm drawing
Okay.
mine right now, and
Okay.
it is black.
Wow, okay, mine's
Oh
too.
my gosh.
Ooh.
So do we?
And okay, so yeah, it's the same thing. So if you keep the card, you briefly describe what this regained loyalty looks like for you with the other player. And if you give it to another player, then you describe a brief moment of closeness between you and that particular player. So,
Okay.
I think
Um. Okay.
I think I want to keep my card for now.
okay.
I like this one.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
the regained loyalty, that's basically the whole, yeah, let's not talk about the stuff in the past that's problematic, because that might damage our relationship, and our relationship is way more important than our mental health, I guess. So
Yeah. We might not survive this, so
yeah,
why even
yeah,
deal with it?
yeah, exactly. That we can do that in 10 years with a nice therapist or something, but
Right.
not
All
right
right.
now.
Let's survive now.
Yep, yep.
Oh man, I was just like, yeah, we won't survive, so we don't have to deal with this. Like, oh, awesome, awesome,
Well,
awesome. That's
again,
the
changed
solution.
relationship, a new belief, a growing
Hmm.
hope, etc. So
Hmm.
how does
Mhm,
this, yeah, what does this regained loyalty look like? So are you keeping
mhm.
the card, Asher, or are you?
Yes, I think in this moment, even if we are not going back and bringing up the past, I think that I I recognize that Cyrano sees that the pain that it was causing, and that acknowledgement is something that hadn't occurred through most of all of the relationship. And so that's the kind of the act of being seen is like a strong pull toward him towards Cyrano.
Yeah, and for Serena, it's basically just remembering all the times when Asher had his back, and yeah, seems like he's willing to do that again, no matter what. And unless I come to him with my personal emotional problems, but that's another thing.
Yeah, we only talk about your personal emotional problems, not
Uh,
mine, not Asher's, just
yeah, we
yours.
we don't talk about my emotional problems all that much anymore. So
Yeah, yeah, except for the voices.
yeah, I mean we don't need to, right?
You have those voices to listen to you.
Exactly. I have these voices. That's fine. One of them is my brother. That's a little fucked up, isn't it?
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. Oh my God, I forgot about that
It's
part.
fine. We
Oh
won't
my God.
survive this, so we don't have to fix any of these problems.
Amazing. We are.
It's
Yeah, yay.
like, oh God, we survived.
Yeah, yay for
We're
toxic
really fucked. We need a
masculinity.
lot of help.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like I
Yeah.
wasn't
Let's yeah, yeah.
Damn it, I was hoping I wouldn't have to deal with this.
Oh my
Let's maybe
God.
find something else to fight, right? Before
You just stabbed me in my gut.
Oh
Again,
God.
finish me off. I can't do it.
Look now, we
I
still
was
have a
hoping I was
look.
hoping for heroic sacrifice, and now I'm
Hey,
still here.
oh
hey.
no.
We got some endings to. We still have way to go from before endings and epilogues. Okay, so you got some
Uh,
chances. Hold on. So anyway, brain. So let's go ahead and take a 5, 10 minute. What do you need? What do you guys want?
5 is good for me.
I will want to heat some milk. That will take about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'll take probably 7 because I need to get there.
Okay, no
Okay.
problem. So 7
Right.
minutes, and then we'll go
That's
ahead
5.
and do
That's
another.
5 past.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Sound good.
See you then.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yep.
I think. Oh, I should start now after recording this in progress. And I think I would be really interested in seeing who do you think you are between Asher and Caviscado?
Oh
Because I
God,
think there
that's
is some conflict there. Because, I mean, Caviscado's first
Ooh.
question was, is Asher still with you? That didn't hint at,
Yeah.
That's true.
like,
That's so
Not.
true. Oh my God.
Uh,
All right, who do you think you are? All right,
it,
hold on.
I just love that these sections are listed as leading questions.
Yeah, I said what I said. I love the
I
tagline.
love that is what the
Oh my gosh. Okay.
yeah, I said what I said.
Oh my
This is
gosh.
I love it.
I don't know. Oh, well, I mean, see, it depends on who cares more, I think. Do you,
Join
I
the
mean, like,
scene
since you're the one
repertoire.
that brought it up, Sabine, do you want to be the one reading this off since you're pitting us against each other?
I
Or would you like
can
us to read it?
I can
I mean,
absolutely read that. Who do you think you are is a minigame for 2 crew members on the verge of a full-blown confrontation, dragging hidden and unnamed emotions into the light. Yeah, choose another character to be in the scene with, well, another character, someone who brings out the worst in each other, and others can join the scene whenever they want. And yeah, and now I have to ask one of you what sparked this confrontation and why neither of you can back down, and what's at stake. That has to come from the other person.
okay.
So,
So, but basically, I mean, like, do you want this between, like, you want this between Caviscado and Asher, yeah?
oh yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
please.
All right, so let's have at it.
You said I can do that.
Yes, you can totally do that.
Cool.
There's no reason
Okay.
why our poor captain has to be subjected to every single mini game. Gosh.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you.
Oh
Right.
my gosh. I mean, like, and that was the one thing that I thought, like, oh my God, this is so much pressure. Jesus.
Right.
Okay.
This is what you play when you like being the center of attention. Like, hey
Which
friends, play this game
I
where
can
you're the center of and like
I can
having been in
see
Hearts
that.
yeah, having been in Hearts of Milan the last 2 weeks, I don't want to be the center of
I mean,
attention.
but 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 the thing is, it's like, this is like really, really, because there's very pointed questions, right? So I
Right.
mean, if
It's very
you're
emotional.
right, if you're
Mhm.
one of the people in the scene, it's like you have no choice. You have really no,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you really don't no choice. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So which
before
but
one
you
of
have
us is the
the
person and which one of us is the chosen partner in this situation?
I I mean, to be honest, I feel like Caviscado, like he's too old to care. I mean, does he have
Like,
anything really against Asher? I mean, like, or is it just a kind of like he's just accepted it as like, and let's workshop this. I'm okay with this.
mhm.
Like, is it a thing where it's kind of like he's accepted that the captain has Asher as a partner, or you know what I mean? Like this is just kind of like an accepted thing, you know?
Yeah, because I don't. I thought the only conflict I see Asher could possibly have with Cavalcado is not respecting like chain of command type thing, like
That
not
could be.
respecting the captain.
Ah,
But that so, but I don't know if that's what we do. We want to have a confrontation that's because of the captain here, because
well,
that's what I see. I can't think of any other good.
well, yeah. Let's look at the things. Let's look at the situations, and then like let's see if any of them spark some ideas, right? Why neither of us can back down. Like what sparked our confrontation and why we can't back down. So we're training with weapons set to stun to settle an old score, or the ship is in dire need of repairs and it'll take the two of us to fix it, or the confrontation takes place in front of someone we both care about, which I mean could be the captain, but I mean I wouldn't care necessarily as much as you do. I mean, I might care, but I mean, like, not in the same way that you do, right? So,
Right. And I don't think I would have the confrontation in front of the captain. So I can
right.
imagine we were working on like the confrontation happened while we were doing some repair.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay, ship in need of repair, and we have to do it
And
both
maybe
together.
you're just the two of you are
Yeah,
just a little stubborn, I think, both.
Yeah.
right.
And then something might bubble up because I'm sure stuff was totally all roses and
hmm
friendship when we were back then, right? And nobody
hmm
made any mistakes while
Yeah, or
feeling
made
the
any
scene or something.
unnecessary comments.
Well, I think once you're back on the ship, I
hmm
think you'll notice like the recalibration. So I think
hmm
okay, let me write this down. So Asher notices the recalibration that uh, Caviscado did for the pulse, for the energy pulse.
Oh, we had to
Maybe that
repair.
fucked up that fucked up the system in some way, and now you have something to get pissed off at me about.
Yeah, like you damaged the whatever
The
the
drive or
fuel
something.
line, like maybe a
Yes.
fuel line that feeds the FTL, however, whatever type of fuel it might take.
Yep. Yep. Yeah.
Or you damaged the FTL crystal array.
I love it. I love it. I mean, like, I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, but
Ah, it
it
doesn't
works.
matter. I don't
Yeah,
know what
no,
I'm talking about, but as
it's
long as we're
green. Yeah. So basically, yeah, we're on this. Yeah, you take a look, right? Okay, so anyway, each crew member describes what has changed about them since we last saw them. Okay, so I think obviously we've touched down. This is where we've picked up. You know what? We probably had to drop off the captain or whatever to get the Tesseract. So now it's just you and I. It's definitely just you and I working on the ship because we have to go get the captain
yeah,
back. And that's why it's like, you and I are having it out now. And
right.
you notice what I did. And
Yeah.
I
So
think
I
and I think Cavascado's ditched excuse me, ditched the duster. You can see um uh the ratty shirt. You can see, like they've kind of kept their old uniform outfit, but I mean it's shabby looking, right? I mean, like they haven't really done anything with it since the old times or whatever. And maybe you see like they still have their outdated cybernetics or whatever, because obviously they haven't met up with the Tesseract yet to necessarily change them or what have you, or upgrade them. And they're just kind of like, you know,
yeah. So I probably like have maybe like a data pad with all the inventorying or auditing the ship to see what needed to be done, what parts we need, what's damaged.
yep,
And so, but I think I'm right now, I'm not in uniform because I've had to crawl through crawl spaces and everything like that. So I probably have like I guess a tank top that's like kind of smudged and dirty, and some like work pants like with boots. And so it's still like usually it's there's probably a few burn marks from like sparks from like going through the conduits trying to get a look at everything. So there's probably a little few burn marks, things like that. um
yeah. I mean, the shabby uniform is basically just the trouser pants and then like maybe a ratty shirt and whatever. But you can see, I mean, besides the cybernetics or whatever, you can see that Cavascado's like a little bit out of shape, but still got like some of like the old muscle underneath, you know,
yeah,
some of the slab.
yeah,
So,
I think Asher has kept himself ready,
mhm,
like
mhm.
re combat ready through all this. I don't think they have many cybernetics, but I do think they probably have like some maybe like biological he was like biological augmentation probably.
Okay.
So he's like built like a wall, which also is probably why he got so many burns on him because he's not exactly the smallest person in the world trying to climb through do repairs. So that's probably why he has so many burn marks and everything. Because other people could probably just like kind of shimmy past it. He just has to.
Yeah.
take the little shock and heated places that probably overheated, things like that.
Yeah.
Um,
So to line you up to be the one with the most anger in your heart, sorry, I think
uh-huh.
it's like we you're doing the inventorying, and then you notice it's like when you look at the recalibrations on the why do I keep wanting to say dashboard? I cannot remember for the life of me like what the hell the board is on the at the
The
at the helm.
helm,
Thank you,
yeah,
the helm.
yeah. You
Right.
said helm,
I know, but I just
right?
wasn't sure. It didn't sound right. Anyway, so at the helm, thank you very much. The recalibrations, you spot what was done, and then maybe you ask. Maybe you ask
Yeah,
what it is.
yes. And so since I'm thinking, who do you think you are, which is what we're just saying, I was like, do you care to explain what happened to the FDL drive? It looks it's in a shitty state. It's
Yeah, and I think like after hauling like maybe two of the lines from the crystal array, and like having like a bunch of dirt marks on their on their clothes and on their muscles, I think Caviscado just kind of like rubs their head, leaving a dirt streak on their head, and says, "Yeah, I know exactly what that's from. That's from getting the fuck away from those void people things. I had to recalibrate the array to give a pulse to block whatever the fuck they were doing. They created some kind of energy bolt just as we were trying to fly the ship. If I didn't do that to create a shield because we had no weapons, we would have gotten blasted out of space even before we got out."
Yeah, we'll have to replace this entire array because of that. So, I mean, there wasn't anything else. Like, how y'all get their attention in the first place? I guess we should ask the leading questions instead of, oh no, F it, we're role playing. I don't
Yeah, yeah, it's fine, it's
care.
fine, it's fine.
Okay. It's like, it seems like, how'd you get their attention in the first place? Because, like, it's gonna be impossible to find a replace this array. And the state is in, we're not going to be able to do this mission.
I don't know. I mean, Syrano just decided to tell me to put a shirt on, and I was going to do that before we left. And all I know is I ended up getting chased, okay?
I knew I should have been the one to go with Captain. Like,
The
you're not
captain,
taking the.
the captain doesn't need you to be leading them on a leash, all right? Maybe the captain is an adult and can handle things on their own every once in a while. Did you think about that?
Well, I suppose running around shirtless on the bridge is the clear sign of an adult. There's a reason we have a uniform.
I don't remember going under regs and regulations in the last decade. Why are
Look,
you trying to stay under them now? This
look.
is not, and they like you, and they bang on the ship's bulkhead. This bang is not a regulation ship. If you noticed, Mr. Thermal Sweet.
I don't need a reminder of that. What I need to know is that when we are back out there, that we're going to be doing what people expect them to do, not burning out an entire array on an FTL drive. Because we won't be coming back if we're mm, being this liberal with following protocol. Like, I get that you have to do what needs to be done, but this seems excessive. That maybe if we were doing something else, we didn't do something before that, it wouldn't have come to this. And we followed protocol, maybe this wouldn't have gotten. you two wouldn't have gotten into the situation to have to nearly destroy the FDL.
Okay, I'm gonna get into leading questions now because there's a
All
really
right.
juicy. Holy shit!
I mean, they might
I,
help make it
okay.
worse.
So wait. Why this will make it worse? Okay, I pointedly ask you about your true intentions. Do you convince me with a lie or confuse me with the truth? As I ask you, what's this really about? I mean, yes, you looked good in a uniform. So did we all. But why now? Why about that? I got us away from the Void people. Why are you so pissed off about this bullshit right now? I've got enough credits to replace the array with something. So that ain't it. And I'm sure your precious captain's got enough backing from the House Quinlan to be able to do it as well. So
Oh,
what is this really about?
so here's my question. Do I need to declare which one of those I'm doing? Or do I just answer it and use that as a frame of reference?
I don't know. I don't know. What do you think? What I mean,
I don't know.
we're
I
used
mean,
to
I
metagaming.
can, yeah.
I'm
So,
okay.
like,
I'm okay with you one meta.
out of character, I think he's telling, like, I think this is more confusing truth because it's like he's saying half of the reason why he's upset. Like, he is upset that this is like their last shot at this, but I think he's also upset that he may be putting the captain in danger unnecessarily. Like, you know, he's a jobber, but he might keep like his actions. He'll keep himself alive, but is that going to keep other people around him alive? That sort of thing. But I think he's focusing on saying the part of the truth here that is no. I think he's just going to say that the truth, the confusing truth. I'm worried about completing this mission, and I'm worried that you are doing enough to save your own skin, but that's putting the rest of us at risk. So sure, what you're doing now, you might get out of this alive, but I don't think you're even thinking you're giving a second thought to how many people get sacrificed along the way. Like how many of us are going to be burnt out like this? I imagine that one of the like array shelves that's completely burnt out is there, and like I'm holding it, and I like just throw it down, and it's like you hear like the shattering of it. How many of us are going to end up like this array, like this throws it down, and it like you're cracking, shattering. There's like a sparks from the energy that's kind of still partially in them.
Are you using that one leading question? I question your loyalty to the crew, or you want to use another one?
Oh, I guess I can ask. I answered it, so I'll ask my question now. I guess. Yeah, I question your loyalty to the crew. Do you defend yourself or admit to your doubt?
Okay. Oh. I think Caviscado will stop for a sec and look at you with those intense blue eyes, and then like just kind of like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I did what I did in the moment to save, I thought, us. Captain, me, the ship. Because it's what I knew what to do. Whether that's going to save everyone or anyone, I can't guarantee that, Asher. Do you get that?
get it. I guess it's your turn. Are you asking a question?
Yeah, hold on. I can figure out which one I want. I don't want to say anything though. It's like it should be you.
I mean, I feel like you could say. I mean, we could like flip order if you want me to go twice in a row, and then you just go make up if you
I mean,
want.
well, right? Because like I feel
If
like this
there's
is
a
like
question you would like me to ask, I think that's fair
yeah.
to
Like
do that.
we like the
Yeah.
we like if you can do the breaking the silence one, like that first one. I feel like that just feels like very appropriate at the moment.
Okay,
Unless you
let me see if
disagree.
let me find it. Which breaking the silence?
Do you think that one works or no?
I'm I'm like where I'm trying to
We
find it.
circle
Oh, we circle each other, tense and silent. What do I say to break the silence? So, are you like are are you wanting to answer that, or are you wanting me to answer it in this
like
situation?
yeah, I want you to answer. Like I mean like it doesn't make sense for me to break the silence because I just spoke.
Oh, okay, yeah. So we circle each other, tense and silent. What do you say to? Okay, yeah. So that's fine. I think we that happens. We kind of like are eyeing each other, and I think like Asher is. You can see that he's like losing his cool, and after a moment of not this, but kind of just eyeing each other and not saying anything, I think what Asher says to break the silence is like the answer. I think he just didn't answer the question you asked. And I think he just kind of like sort of like backs down a little bit. It's like, yeah, I see, I get what you're saying. I understand. No, it doesn't look. I'm not happy about it, but I mean, if you're willing to admit it, I guess I can't expect any more than that. Oh no! What? Oh man! So how do after saying that? How do I react after that?
No. I mean, I really don't know because some of the other ones are just like really emotional, like as if we had a tie,
Hmm.
and I'm just kind of like, they don't seem appropriate for the two of us,
Right,
for
right.
Asher
That's-
and
yeah,
Caviscado.
there's some really intimate ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, no, they don't feel like it.
If you're okay, I can always break the scene up. But it says that anybody can join the
That's
scene
true.
Okay. Yeah, that's true.
and maybe like when you're staring at each other or something.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, yeah. I mean, if you think you
Oh
took
yeah, yeah,
maybe you think you come in with a shuttlecraft or
Yeah,
like a
yeah, with a
hover
te
bike or
with a
something.
I
yeah.
come
I
in
think
with a
that
tesseract.
yeah, that would make
So
sense that the captain's
mhm,
approaching is why Asher takes a breath and steps back and says accepts it.
Hmm.
It's
mhm,
more because the captain's here
mhm.
than that he feels like it's completely over.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
True.
But I think you need to still
Oh,
confess my feelings before you have distracted closing questions.
oh yeah. Let's see.
Um,
Uh,
do you want to do those?
revealed the most. I don't know. I mean, like, do you like who do you feel revealed the most, if anything? Um.
I think we should do the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So, Sabine, who do you think revealed the most?
Oh, wow. Okay, you both revealed. I think it was Asher actually, because he revealed how stuck he was on this whole military background thing still, right?
Sure. Okay. So go ahead and choose one of the closing questions.
Oh,
Asher.
I should reveal less.
Although we did kind of do what was the last one, which is we find ourselves at a stalemate and a member of the crew is
Yeah,
supposed to come in
Yeah. I
and
think
break
yeah,
that
out.
makes,
yeah,
I
yeah,
keep
yeah,
my guard up
that's
and pretend I'm
Okay.
unaffected. How can you tell this is an act? I choose to escalate or withdraw.
Well, no. I mean, like, do we find
Oh,
ourselves at a stalemate and the member of the crew,
Yeah,
the captain, is forced to come in and
yeah.
break up the
Oh
confrontation?
yeah, that's the that's one of the closing questions.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Then I misread that. Yes, okay. So yeah, I think
So if we
the
choose that one, then
yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah.
we say that the
So,
captain did it. So then we need to each draw a card.
well,
And
if we
I
choose
I
to
need I
escalate,
need
But do you want it? I mean, is that the one you want? I mean, like, if you wanted that one, that's
okay.
fine.
so
Oh yeah, I think we're gonna have to escalate. I think escalate
Okay.
okay.
makes
Okay.
because I'll let the cards decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So wait. Okay. So keep your guard up and pretend you're unaffected. How can you tell this is all an act? You're unaffected? Yeah. Right? Is that what I'm reading?
I mean,
Yeah.
which
No, I
which
think
which of the escalations do you want? There's two questions and both have an escalate or withdraw option.
Oh.
well.
Oh.
Oh, wait.
Wait. I'm confused now.
No, no,
Okay, okay. So what I read is
no.
here
We chose.
there are three
We,
closing questions. I confess that my feelings, the I keep my guard up, and the we find ourselves at a stalemate.
Okay. Oh, because you're the one picking, so you're the one that chooses to escalate?
No, that's yeah, exactly.
no,
As
no. I okay. I thought I was choosing. I keep my guard up and pretend I'm
Okay.
unaffected.
That's you.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay,
Yes.
that's
that's
you.
Asher. Okay. How can
Okay,
you
Yeah.
tell this is all an
cool.
act? How can I tell this is all an act, I guess?
Yeah.
Right. So since I choose the closing question, that's the closing question I was choosing, and I was like, then how can I tell this is all act? Blah. Choose to escalate or withdraw, and I th- I think have to then choose if we're escalating or if I'm withdrawing, right?
Yeah.
So if I choose to escalate, I draw a card.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah.
choosing to
But
draw a card.
All right, go for it.
okay. But how can we tell this is all an act? How can Caviscado tell that it's all an act? I think that's the question
Mhm.
that they need to answer, right?
Oh yeah.
Like I'm pretending I'm unaffected.
Right.
Then how can you tell this is all an act? And
I
then I choose to escalate or withdraw.
So your last thing that you said was that you were like, yeah, I mean, you admit that
Like,
I'm,
yeah, I kind of like my posture changed from
hmm
like an aggressive one
yeah,
because what you said you don't know, and I was like,
hmm
oh. And then we
yeah,
probably like get the little beep or ping saying that a ship is arriving. That's obviously the captain, and I think
yeah.
that is
Mhm.
that moment. So that may be how you know it's an act because it's like that ping goes off, and then that is what prompts the change in my posture. So maybe that's how you noticed
It was gonna
that.
definitely be the posture change because I mean, like, you've basically, it's almost like,
That's
sorry,
too
but
swift of a
right,
shift.
it's too swift of a shift, and it's almost like it's almost like a regulation signal because as
Mhm.
soon as the captain comes, you make
Mhm.
that your
Yeah, I'm there to
tell.
greet the captain. Yeah.
Yes, your tell that is your straighten up and fly, like keep calm and
Hmm.
carry on signal. Yeah,
Right.
exactly. And I'm like, fuck. All right. So I'm just kind of like, I internally throw up my hands and go, of
Yeah.
course. All right.
And
So,
then I choose escalate or withdraw, and I'm choosing to escalate because that one has card draws and the other one does not.
Mhm.
all right. So pick one.
All right, so now I draw a card and it's black.
Nice.
Ooh, I have to almost have to keep this because all my cards are super low.
Okay.
Is that okay? Is that
All right.
fine?
On a
Sure.
black,
Oh wait, I
remember.
don't even know if I don't think I keep this one. I'm not
No,
sure.
you
No,
only
no.
keep the cards from the loyalty draw, I think.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I
So
think.
you put it
Escalate,
in.
draw a card.
Yeah.
Remember the past, and
Yeah.
it softens me, and I paint the memory. On red, we
Nice.
cut to the enemy and see how they have gained formidable
Mhm.
defenses. Okay, so this actually, I remember the past, and it softens me, and I paint the memory.
Mhm.
And so I think, so I mean, oh, so technically it escalates, but at least I am, you know, less infuriated about it. So I guess in a way, less or differently inferior. I don't know, and I think that I I think for me, I'm remembering the past and remembering how in the past Caviscado would not have admitted the doubt that he just admitted, and that makes that reminder that like things actually are different. Like I'm still mad and I'm still concerned that this will happen, but I think I'm at least like I'm more willing to let this go because I don't think I wouldn't didn't expect that sort of response. So like it's just like maybe he has changed. Like but you can't just dump all your anger and frustration, but it at least is giving me something to think about, not necessarily carry as much of the anger as I had. So, does that make sense?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay,
And
cool.
All
now for
right.
loyalty draw.
Now for Lori draw. This is where I'm going to draw
Yeah,
the red.
Okay, so all right, at the end of the
you're not
thing,
What do
supposed to.
what
we
do I do with this card then? So it's not for the. It's not for.
um
Did you draw a red card?
I haven't drawn any cards yet.
No,
I'm trying
okay.
to figure out what do I do for
Oh,
that card
yeah,
draw
just
All right, hold on,
because
maybe.
it
hold on.
doesn't say, and I don't.
No.
We don't have like a discard pile.
Hold on, hold on, hold on. Let me do this thing. Edit table. Give me a second. I got to do a widget. Give me a second. Yeah. Custom holder. There we go. Discard. All right. And then save. Where the hell is the save button? Can't find it.
About to draw a red card now.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
no,
Wait.
no,
Wait.
no, no.
Wait. Wait. God damn it. I'm
Oh,
trying to. I'm
now
trying to
I'm
make
thinking about
adjustments.
it. It's like I shouldn't have done the escalate because that means I like pulled a good card
Yeah.
out of the
Yeah, but we don't
queue.
want things to be too easy. Remember that
Okay. I provided a
that we
discard.
want to
discard
die,
pile.
Asher, right?
Oh my god. Holy crap. Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Okay. Now you can. Well, I mean, if you've already withdrawn a card, that's fine. Okay. So then I got. Oh, I'm also black. What is going on? And we can't reshuffle because then it's gonna recall all the goddamn cards. All right.
And there's that
Oh
red that I
my
was
god.
expecting.
Okay.
There we are.
Oh gosh. Okay. So anyway, all right.
Enemy.
I briefly
For
describe what this regained
for
loyalty looks like.
enemy.
Change relationship, new belief, growing hope. Interesting. I'm gonna keep it, and I'm gonna describe a belief. Hold on, let me write this down because I'm gonna forget. Belief that Asher will always have an eye, disapproving eye, for critical, and it's not disapproving since we're trying to talk about loyalty. Critical eye for what I do towards keeping everyone, especially the captain, safe. A wary critical eye. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's Caviscado's belief. And for the red, you describe a brief glimpse of the enemy and how they become more terrifying.
Okay, so I think that two of the members of the Void are like one standing there in this dark recess of one of their ships. I don't know if we're calling them starships or whatever we want to call them, spaceships. When another one enters and stands before them, the person who's standing there is kind of casted in shadows when the other one when the person comes in seemingly to give a report, and they say like the voices grow stronger, the connection to our chosen one has become more powerful, and it soon will be in perfect synchrony. And then we will be able to use what their last ditched efforts to complete our goals.
So what?
Say what?
Say what? Oh my God! What?
I
Holy,
love this.
it's so good! Holy crap! Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh jeez! Oh my gosh. Okay. Cool.
So
All
one
right.
of us is boy Jesus now.
Oh my God, Void Jesus,
Wait,
great.
Jesus.
Holy crap.
Or the chosen one is establishing a connection with the
Yeah. Maybe it's not one of us.
maybe Void
True.
Jesus is the combined connected presence of the
Ooh.
two. Who knows?
Oh
Ooh.
no. Oh my God. Amazing.
I hope
Uh,
you're noting down boy Jesus. I really love that word.
Yeah, like note that down.
You know what? You know what? I'm an idiot because I mean, like, I should have been putting this in the enemy tab and I haven't been. We need to watch over last episode and this episode to just kind of get down these little brief glimpses because Void
Mhm.
Jesus definitely needs to go into this
Mhm.
tab. I'm
Yep.
gonna put that down at least for in a random space until I can
Yeah.
put this
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
into a.
So
Pencil
in
in that star, Mads.
Oh my gosh,
so
yes, definitely,
in
definitely star.
in
Okay,
2 weeks we will read Void Jesus and not be able to remember what
I'm
that
gonna.
was
What?
about.
I have to do a rewatch, but I have like because so many damn things to rewatch right now. Holy
I mean,
crap!
that's what happens when you play like bajillion, like 5 bajillion games,
Hey, looks now, it's
Mads.
not 5 bajillion, okay? I don't have time for 5 bajillion games, all right? It's
Uh,
just all my damn editing.
It's only
Anyway,
three. It's only 3 bajillion games. Be
oh
all
fair.
god,
right, sorry. Oh, I
no,
don't
kill
know.
me,
I'm
kill
sorry
me,
if I exaggerated far too much. My bad.
kill me. All right. Anyway, let's have some time for some stars and wishes
Yeah.
for this so we can close out for within time. All right. Yeah, I mean, this was a great session, even though
Mm-hmm.
we missed James.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I really enjoy the mini games that we got to play
Mm-hmm.
today.
Yeah.
Very fitting to be able to see, like, the past relationships between the captain. Well, actually, I mean, like, it's kind of like past future. Like, we're kind of like working on this is when we kind of got the team back together, but then also like kind of like stepping back just slightly to
Mm-hmm.
see what happened before we got to the point of all right, this is what we were working on now because like last time we were like all together and then like this time we're kind of like stepping back just a little bit and then seeing like what happened just before we all came together as a full crew. So, um really great character stuff that we found out about each person, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We got Cyrano's older brother, we got Asher's
Mm-hmm.
like, physical chronic pain and like what caused it. Oh my god, that was amazing. And yeah, I mean like just like some really fun enemy stuff which I really regret not taking down from last time and also this time, god damn it. But yeah, who knew? It looked like we were like riding on a black card high until just that moment. But
Mm.
still, it was a really good glimpse, John, so
I
Mm-hmm.
took a
awesome.
good black car out of circulation. I feel terrible.
Yeah.
You didn't
I mean, if
know, you didn't realize. I mean, it is
Uh,
what it is.
yeah, if
Fine.
we all die, then it's your fault.
oh
Oh
no!
my
When we're
god!
short, it was like if we
Holy
only had that
shit!
one. We were one king away
Yeah.
from
Yeah.
turning the tide.
We're fine. We're fine. We're all good.
I mean, we can have a
Keep it positive.
tragedy. Come on, have a
Keep
uh,
it
tragic
positive.
end to a game. It's not that bad for the
it's fine.
players.
Oh, that's
It's
true.
fine.
That's true.
It's not
Come
that
on.
bad. I'll
Come on.
remember. This is what I'll remember about you forever. But it's not that bad. Like no.
Oh, love the tragedy. But I mean, like, and really, I mean, like, I don't have any wish except to find out more about our characters because I mean, like, the mini games are fun to just delve
Yeah.
into. What's
Yeah.
really hilarious is the fact that I mean, like, we're playing this fairly PG-13, and like at least not yet. Nobody's
Mhm.
really gotten very
We had more than one
intimate.
fuck though.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying because I mean, all right, I'm to blame, but I swear like my
Mhm.
character swears a lot, and so do I.
Mhm.
So
Me
it's
too.
all good.
Mhm.
It's all
It's
good.
fine.
Mhm.
It's fine. It's
It's
just
all good.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's okay.
And
But anyway,
we had a shirtless guy. Yeah,
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
and a few
Yeah.
thirsty looks at that
I
shirtless
Hey,
feel
guy.
look
I
now.
feel like Asher and Caviscado could not have that intimate moment unless the fight actually happened.
I mean, it could come down to that because we could always redo that mini game again.
Hmm.
Because I mean, like
It's like
we could explode.
the fight has to be engaged before it transitions to anything
Look,
else.
if that's your wish, go for it. All right, like
I'm not
I'm
saying
done.
it's
I'm
my
done. I'm
wish.
just saying. I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh, whoa, whoa,
We
whoa!
both
I'm
should
not
be. Hey,
saying
then we
it's my wish. I'm
then
just saying you should pencil that in somewhere. That's all.
I'm just saying if you want. I mean, like that should go into the possible wishes from anybody. It doesn't have to be
Okay.
from me or from you.
Uh-huh.
It does just from anybody. Okay.
It's like I think I recall someone saying this. Like that was you, John. Like, oh, right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. Remember, this is recorded. All right, I'm done. Who wants to go next?
I yeah, it's like stars. Yeah, like the juicy drama and our captain, our captain who's having a crisis of faith in themselves. It's just and having someone there that could not care less to be there with to provide absolutely nothing to her. And I was like, so it was kind of great seeing like person who's like super emotional having to deal with this jaded person who could not be bothered with the emotional stuff.
Hmm.
So that was definitely a star to the captain being sad and a star to Cavalcado for being a dick. Uh,
He's not the best character. I'm telling you, it's fine.
no, he's like
But
sometimes you gotta be a dick. I mean, you can't have drama if everyone's all cool and you communicate and you're all on the same page and everyone knows what everyone else wants.
and respects what everybody else.
Yeah, and have
Yes,
respect
yeah.
for like
And care and
authority
cares about it. Yeah.
and and rules and regulations. I mean, you can't. Where's the drama if everybody feels
Yeah.
so? Yeah, so definitely having the character interaction. I love that. Some of the questions were. I mean, I did like how I felt like with the conflict that the questions kind of dovetail from the responses you would give to the previous questions really nicely. So it's like I think it because I felt like as we got into it, it started becoming more smooth as we were doing it. So definitely, I'm like, this is like, oh man, if we did this the second time, I think this would like flow really smoothly together because it just
Mhm.
felt like however you answered it, it seemed like what would be the thing someone would come back at somebody with. It's like, oh, these kind of work out really good for that. So
Mhm.
I did like that. I will say that other than Firebrand, this is one of the only systems where I felt all the questions felt this way. Like some of the hacks and everything I did kind of felt a little disjointed, but of course they're hacks, so it's expected. But yeah, it's like the questions, at least for the ones that I did, all the questions, our choices seem to flow really good from one to the other, even with the I can't remember what I did, the one I did first. But even from that first one we did, it felt like the memories of pain and memories of
Mhm.
strength, they all felt like they flowed together really well. Like
Mhm.
this is a mini game, but this feels like how a conversation like that would go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
really have any wishes other than yay, play more, learn more about
Mhm.
people.
Yeah.
I guess fewer shirts. I don't know.
Yeah. Fewer shirts. Um, yeah, I will give stars to everyone. This was great. I love that we took so much time with all the mini games. That was amazing, and we really could delve into stuff, into the wild chase at the beginning, and then the memory scene. I really love that memory scene between Asher and Cyrano, where we got so much background stuff. That was amazing. And then I love the discussion. Oh, be polite and say discussion. Between
Hmm.
Caviscado and Asher. That was also wow. That was like that was not. There was not a lot of at stake, right? These were just like, oh, you did this wrong, and no, well, fine, okay, so what? And no, no, yeah, I don't trust you to do things right. That was really nice because it showed us that these two have issues with each, and
Right. Like,
they wouldn't address what the real core cause of this whole distrust and stuff was. And I really want to get to the bottom of that. And I wonder if it had anything to do with this cowardice thing that Caviscado did somewhere in the past.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah, like
that
you're clearly not mad about this thing we're arguing about.
yeah. No, there was so much more in this discussion that nobody, and I love that nobody would ever say a straight thing to anyone else, basically, right? Like, yeah, everybody was like, yeah, I have feelings. I don't. I mean, I did say something straight. It
Hmm.
did, yeah. Well, it did fell flat, of course, which was
Like, yeah,
nice.
you just declared your feelings for someone
Yeah,
who's like, oh
yeah,
yeah, love you too, whatever, love you, mean
yeah.
it, whatever.
Yeah, that was I love being shut. This is a wish though. I would like to explore that if further, if that's okay with you, Mats, of course. That
Oh, of course. That's
okay,
great. I mean, like
okay,
amazing. That would be
okay,
interesting. For sure.
okay. I don't want to push it anywhere.
Oh no, I
Like,
mean,
okay,
I wasn't gonna
okay,
go, like if you didn't want to explore that, but I mean, I just think it's funny.
yeah,
Like the alternate
cool,
ship.
Uh,
yeah, yeah,
For sure.
cool. Okay, so yeah, I'm very curious to see where this is going, and I wish that we get our Tesseract back,
Ah,
James.
yes. Definitely get our Tesseract
Mm-hmm.
back and then
Mm-hmm.
um, see how that pans out, like, getting them involved into some of the
Mm-hmm.
some of the mini games and everything. So, yeah, definitely give
Mm-hmm.
James an opportunity to pick a mini game or two and
Mm-hmm.
then go from there. Awesome.
Okay,
All
cool.
right. So, until next time,
Yeah.
we'll happy gaming for what you're doing for this week and then we'll see you guys for next session.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
had fun.
Thank
Talk to you
you.
Have
later.
fun. Bye. See
Bye.
you.
See ya.